Hey, Curtis here. So I'm going to go, hello, what's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? I have been meaning to go live here. So, like I said, a lot of times I will do a podcast, but I've got so many interviews backed up. So sometimes I just want to get on and talk. I usually don't even post to uh, my feed, but I want to see if something I just had on my mind this morning would be helpful. Also, I want you to keep a lookout. We're going to start what we call a 5-day the Practical Wealth Challenge, and I'm going to lay out in about 20 to 30-minute lessons why typical planning that you're getting just really don't work, why it can't work. So it's a longer discussion, but I don't want to have it all at one time. So I'm gonna do it in piecemeal. That one will be on our page. So just check out Practical Wealth Advisors and like our page, and then you'll see them as they come down. So I'm entitling this little talk here. This is from, we have a membership program called the Money for Life Club, and a newsletter we call the Cash Flow newsletter. So I am actually just taking it's a 12-page newsletter that's gold. Like if you're a member, and if you see this, you should be printing them out, putting them in a binder and studying them, because every month we're teaching about prosperity economics, meaning how to buy assets that generate cash flow, okay, and stop hoping the stock market goes up or down. And so we talk about buying mobile homes, we talk about turnkey real estate, we talk about off Wall Street assets, but what you have to do to get prepped to be able to do that, okay. But today I want to talk about how to develop superpowers. And so I had to put on my Coach Coders hat on, because I had one of my guys on our sales team unfocused. Sorry if you're listening to this. And I'm like, well, I kind of had to get in his world a little bit, which I really don't like doing to grown people. But it was funny. I was at my coach from high school, just retired after 42 years. Shout out Philmont Christian Academy. And I remember telling him the story that, now this is my junior year, and I remember vividly him challenging me. I'm we had all, like, I'm the only senior, and everybody, well, one other senior, and everybody else is all juniors and sophomores. So I'm arguably the best player on the team. And so he pulls me out with his back. I told him this story, with his back to the game, looking at me. When you're ready to play and I thought I was playing defense. When you're ready to play defense, because I don't know what the hell you're doing out there. He didn't say hell because he wouldn't curse. Let me know and I'll put you back in. I'm like bewildered. I'm like, okay, so listen, if you score 20 and your man scores 20 that you're sticking, that's zero. And that philosophy has stayed with me to this day. So my senior year in college, as I played when I was up at Gordon in Massachusetts, even as a freshman, I wanted the best guy on the other team, and I was willing to do the work, right? And so that's the power of coaching and mentorship, right? And so too much time in youth sports, it's about the coach, but really it's about developing young men or young ladies. It has to be about them. It's not, sometimes when I coach youth sports, it's really not about winning. I was like, listen, you're going to play right. You're going to respect the adults. You're going to respect the West. I'm going to work you hard. You're going to get better, but you have to learn how to play right. And when you learn how to play, you'll win. Okay. Right now, you're still learning the game. So I kind of teach that in business, and I carry that over. Okay. One of the things that you've got to do, so whatever you're doing out there, always understand that we teach our clients your number one asset is you, right? And so if you can get better, I always tell people, don't wish it was easier. This is from Jim Rohn. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. See, stop looking for outside, things, politicians, groups to save you. You have to save yourself. And so I'm going to give you, in the article that's coming from the newsletter, it's like 13. I'm only going to do 4 or 5 in this short period of time. But I just want to kind of throw these out there, and hopefully I'll say something that helps somebody today. So the ability, superpower. So what is a superpower? Superpower is a skill that allows you to live a great life. That's what I mean by a superpower. Okay. I was a big DC fan there. They got to get better with their movies, but Superman's my favorite character. Superman, Batman, really. And so the number one ability, I think everything else falls from this, that you got to have, is the ability to quickly change or manipulate your perspective. Too many people get caught up in this. This is, oh, I don't like to exercise. I can't sell. I can't afford it. I suck at whatever your perspective is. I'll never be rich. I had somebody to correct me, oh, I don't want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. See, if you said to me, I almost want to smack you in the mouth. Okay. And what is comfortable? How much money can you make and give away? So that's selfish in a sense, because you think somehow the only way to make money, listen to this, money follows value. So the only way you make money is to create value in the marketplace for it. So you have to serve others. Okay. That is how money is made. Okay. And it's only three ways to make money. Deception, this is what I tell you young kids when I talk to them, middle like kids, when I talk to them. There's only three ways to make money in this economy: deception, coercion, I put a gun to your head and tell you to take it to the ATM machine, or value creation. Okay. The first two will lend you to a short life or in jail, but value creation, you can always create new value because you can always get better. Okay. And so so instead of saying I can't afford it, you've got to say, how can I afford it? Now you've challenged your brain to think of a solution to your problem, right? So that's, number one. Principle two is you have to think for yourself. Most people don't think. They listen to sound bites and they are, worrying, about other people think and won't think for themselves. My starting premise is that the majority is usually wrong. So I don't care what anybody else thinks. Okay. My nickname is the contrarian. The third principle is the ability to need for approval. I try to get my kids to understand this. I don't care what your friends do. You need to be a leader. Okay. And I'm going to, let me skip one. So one is, I'm going to just give you a quick, the ability to not take anything personally. Okay. The ability to face your fears. Here's a big one. The ability to embrace mental and physical discomfort. Most times if you go work out, you ain't going to feel like working out. And so feelings, what does feelings have to do with it? You've got to, I'm reading this book right now, as a shout out, it's called The Way of the Seal. And think like an elite warrior and lead to succeed. And so the first exercise, he talks about the way of the seal. So I love these guys because I like discipline and working hard, and I can't stand these mealy mouth politicians. They ain't never done nothing. And so what happens is you taught principle one in this book is establish your set point, make a stand, find your purpose, embrace risk, loss, and failure, because you don't learn when things go well. You learn when things screw up. You've got to be able to embrace that you're not going to be good at something. Sometimes you in working out, you've got to, sometimes we used to say in basketball and football, you got to play hurt. Okay. If I could walk, it's like tape my ankle up, I'm going out there. As long as I can't get hurt worse, then we're going to try to play. So, oh, you got the sniffles, you want to stay home in bed. Listen, get over it. Get your ass up. Okay. That's my response. Okay. That's Coach Curtis. So I tell you, y'all may not want to work at me. And here's the last one I'm going to talk about today is the ability to live with discipline. Okay. And so you have to, everybody wants to be a leader, but sometimes you have to follow and you have to have the discipline. We talk about the prosperity ladder, right? And so the first level is poverty. And then to go from poverty to subsistence, you have to work. You have to work. You got to save, which means that you have to submit yourself to somebody else's discipline, to work for somebody else, be where people tell you to be, learn how to do something so that you can grow your value, right? And now you can subsist, right? The next level is I'm going blank here. So it's, wait a minute, it's poverty, subsistence, comfort, right? And then there's prosperity. So you have to move towards saving, and ownership is what takes you to comfort and then to prosperity. So you can't go to prosperity without ownership, ownership of assets. What is an asset? Something that generates cash flow. So you have to discipline yourself to be able to do that. And so all of these things, if you ever read Think and Grow Rich, it's not a book about investment ideas. It's a book about you improving yourself and your thinking. And so most people have stinking thinking. They don't understand the free enterprise system, and it's a shame. You know, the stuff I see out there. I was on a show in Atlanta the other day, and she started out the show saying, "Oh, you know, millionaires and billionaires are the rich are getting richer, and blah blah blah." You know, all that stuff. So I was like, all right, what's wrong with that? Whose money is it? It's my money. So therefore, you know, you're supposed to be able to keep the fruits of your labor. And what happens is, yes, the rich are getting richer, but why is that? Is the question, which is a talk for another day. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. But you want to ask that question. You know, is it the way because our money's funny and the Federal Reserve? I mean, there's the fact that you're not working, you're not positioning yourself. There's a reason behind it. We have a video on YouTube. We talk about and I did a live on this a few weeks ago. There are people talk about the 1%ers and 99%ers and the wealth gap. But if you look at those same people, there's a behavior gap there also. Okay. And so when you wake up, what are you doing? Okay. What are you doing to get better? What are you doing to make stuff happen? This is the conversation I was having with our guys. It's like, what are you doing to make stuff happen? It's 11 o'clock. What have you done today that's going to generate revenue? So I let them have it, you know, because coaching is pushing up people. Coaching is not, I'm not your friend. I practice leadership, not friendship. So leadership means if I've got to wake you up and kick your butt, I'm going to do that out of love. You can't take it. You probably shouldn't work with me or be our clients or be in our coaching program, because I'm not trying to hear it, because my job is to get you where you said you wanted to go. Okay. And so I had a challenge. This person was like, you know, we have a challenge to make 50 grand between September 1st and the end of the year for them. It's like, well, you still want to be in the challenge? Well, I don't know. Let me stop you. That is the wrong answer. Okay. Because you're about to give up and I ain't letting you give up. So I'm not even trying to hear that. So get your butt to work. And now call me and we'll think through how to do that. But the not quitting or quitting is not an option. So guys, go out there, start to work on, this is my challenge. Start to work on your superpowers. Find one thing a week or a month that you can get better at, and read 12 to 15 pages a day. And by this time next year, you'll be a completely different person of the right stuff. So if you want to know what you should be reading, just shoot me an email to kurtmay@gmail.com or apply to this, and I'll send you a link. Actually, I'll email you my recommended reading list, and then you have that. I think you'll enjoy that. All right, go out there and make it a great day, everybody.